In his backpack is the bomb he'll use to murder 22 people. It's heavy. He's packed it with thousands of nuts and bolts. With the knowledge of what Salman Abedi went on to do, he hardly seems inconspicuous. Today we heard some people did notice him as he wandered around for 2 hours before detonating his suicide pack. They pointed him out to police and security staff. One mentioned she'd seen him praying. Today, as the public inquiry opened, those he killed were remembered.
John Atkinson, Courtney Boyle, Kelly Brewster, Georgina Callender.
Those still here were promised the truth.
What happened that night was the most devastating terrorist attack in the United Kingdom for many years. And this is the public inquiry into how that attack came to occur, whether it could have been prevented, whether the emergency response to the attack was adequate, and what steps may be taken in future to prevent a recurrence. In seeking to address those issues, the inquiry will leave no stone unturned.
Other investigations into what happened have highlighted failings in the response. Some survivors have talked about the hour they spent trying to stay alive while paramedics were told to stay outside.
If the response of the emergency services should have been better, would it have made any difference to the chances of survival of any of those who died?
A previous intelligence review confirmed Salman Abedi was known to security services before the attack. This public inquiry could only begin after the end of the criminal proceedings against his brother. Hashim Abedi was in Libya at the time, but helped plan the bombing and was convicted of murder earlier this year. The inquiry will hear evidence about counter-extremism policy and whether the brothers were radicalised. It will hear too from some of those who were at Manchester Arena on the night, including a couple known as Witnesses A and B.
Witness A thought the man looked out of place and decided to speak to him. Witness A says that he asked the man, "What have you got in your rucksack?" but got no response. Witness A then said, "It doesn't look very good, you know, what you see with bombs and such. You, with a rucksack like this, in a place like this, what are you doing?" The man responded, "I'm waiting for somebody, mate. Have you got the time? What time is it?" Witness A said that he didn't know and then walked away. Witness A then decided to report this suspicious behaviour.
The inquiry will hear evidence over several months, but it's happening in a city that currently has local lockdown rules in place, meaning limited space. So many personally affected are having to watch on a live stream. Inevitably, there are technical problems, and that's already been felt today. It is a public inquiry, but some evidence will be heard behind closed doors if it's deemed to be a risk to national security. Some have raised questions about the level of transparency and how much they won't know. The chair of the inquiry has said they will get to the truth, though.